Yo, what's good? This your boy John hitting you up. This is my first ever video on YouTube, so probably not gonna be that good, but I'm gonna do the best I can right now. I'm here to talk about a lot of concerns that women have, especially when it comes to relationships, especially when it's pertaining to black men and black women in particular. All that interracial stuff and the gays and all that is for, I might cover a little bit, but all that's going to be for a whole different video at a whole different time, so that's whatever. I'm here to address a lot of women's concerns about are there even good black men left, and let me tell you that they are. And so now you're probably asking, so why can I find them, where they at? Y'all probably got questions, so I'm here to answer them the best way I can. Now, let me say this also before I really get into it, that all this is just my opinion. I'm not going to say that I'm right, I'm not going to say that I'm wrong. But one thing I am going to say is that, all this is based on what I've seen, what I hear from people on YouTube every day. So, just go with that. If you have any comments or whatever, please feel free to comment. I would love to hear from you. So anyway, so now I'm about to answer your question. Are there any good men left? And if there are, where are they and why can I find them? Alright. The answer is yes. Where are they? They're everywhere. Why can't you find them? Is because lost men, good men have been lost in the shuffle. Now, I'm going to explain all this. And really the only part that we need to explain is why they're lost in the shuffle. But let me say it like this. The reason why good men are lost in the shuffle is because our view of real men have changed due to society, TV, movies, music, videos, reality TV, the works. And I think what happened is we have gotten confused. We have gotten confused on what a real man is supposed to be like. We forgot, women have forgot what to look for in a real man. Women forgot the values of a real good man. And as a matter of fact, women have lost their values of being a real good woman. And I think that has a big part in playing and why a lot of women can't find good men. Now, am I going to just say that women are the only blame for it? No, I'm not going to say that. Because, let's be real, men have their part in it too. But women, y'all choose these dudes. Y'all choose these men. And y'all know that. Some of y'all know right now that y'all with a no good son of a gun right now. Listen to me right now. Y'all know y'all with a no good dude. Let's just be real. Now, am I going to say all good dudes are perfect? No, not all good dudes are perfect. Everybody has their flaws. Even men have their flaws. Good men have their flaws. You feel me? I don't care if they in the pulpit. I don't care if they in the street corner. Every man has their flaws. That's just the way it is, because none of us is perfect. Now, the thing is, you have to realize, you got to discern whether this man is a keeper or not. There are some of you women out there, you have been blinded by society. You have been blinded by these videos that you see on TV. You have been blinded by these fantasies that really are unrealistic. What I mean by that? Most of you women have this fantasy that you're going to be with this man, he's going to treat you right, and of course you should have that thought, but then you go unrealistic with it. Like, you have specifics. For example, some of y'all want to be with a good man who's going to have a lot of money, have big wheels on his car, have a really big house or whatever. That's what y'all do. Y'all have that big unrealistic view of things. And I think it's kind of, I'm not going to say unfair, because I believe that all of that is attainable in the right way. But I think the way that y'all, I think the way that y'all think about it is he has to have it in order for him to be with you, and in order for him to be a good man. And the fact of the matter is that's not the case. Not every man is going to be a millionaire. Not every man is going to be a billionaire or whatever. What you have to look at is, can this, like if you want to go somewhere, like go on a nice little trip every now and then, can do that? Then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can ask for that. I mean, everybody is entitled to having what they want. Am I gonna say that you're gonna get it all the time? No, you're not gonna get it all the time. That's just fact of life. So a lot of women are really messed up by the fact that they want certain things, but they know that they can't get it. You want a man who is controlling, but you don't want him to be weak at the same time. Now that I'm gonna address in a little bit. I'm gonna get on that in a little bit. Another reason why I think men are watching the show is because women, your image is kind of messed up. I'm just going to say it like that. Your image is messed up. If you look at these videos and you look at all these women who are in the clubs or on the streets and you see how they're acting, something should tell you that that men aren't. I'm telling you, men. Somebody like me, if we were to look at the physical standpoint of things, yeah, you know what I'm saying, of course we'll be attracted to him. I mean, I like big titties. I mean, that's just me. But the difference between a lot of brothers and good men is that good men aren't just looking at the physical attributes. We're looking at, something that's more valuable, something that you can't put a price on, something you can't put a face or anything on. How do you act? How do you treat people? You know what I'm saying? Somebody like me is gonna look at that, because if you're going to treat people in any kind of way, why should I expect any different of you if we get together? So I mean, that's something for y'all women to think about. How you act in public, how you dress or whatever, all that. You gotta look at that, and you gotta realize, maybe I'm not sending the right message to the right guy. I heard somebody on radio talk about one time. For those of you who are listening to me, I heard a man talking on the radio when I was on my way home from church one time. He said that, if you want to, find the partner of your dreams, so to speak, you have to, dress the part. You have to act the part. For example, you can't go to the mall with some shorts on and your cleavage hanging out and expect to find a good man or a husband type man. You ain't gonna find that. You gonna find a friend with benefit and call you whenever he needs you. That's all he's gonna do. I can say that right off the bat. You might be his first option, you might be his last option, but that's all you're gonna be. It's an option. So just keep that in mind. And let me say it like this, us dudes, yeah, I mean, if we go like that with saggy jeans and all that, ain't no husband type. That's just saying we don't care. That's a whole different subject on a whole different day. And like I said earlier, a lot of y'all women are blinded by what you see on TV and what you hear and all that. So, so back to what I was saying earlier about y'all women controlling and whatever. I never can understand for the life of me why a woman wants a man who is controlling. Well, I'm not going to say controlling. A man who is in control, who knows how to take control. But yet when the time comes for him to lead and take control of certain situations, you don't want him to. And I feel that the reason is women feel that they're not going to get what they want. But what you got to understand is it's not about you and your feelings. It's about both of you making each other better, being there for each other. That's what it's about. A woman cannot run a relationship and expect for it to really, you know what I'm saying, to really succeed. I mean, that is the truth. A woman is not supposed to be ahead of a man, and you got a lot of women out here trying to be in control of a lot of dudes, and I know what I know what y'all women gonna say. Well, y'all, these dudes are not to be a man. Maybe women want the stuff there. Well, maybe you start choosing these dudes who don't know how to be a real man, who don't know how to take control. It may be, just maybe, you want to worry about that. Now, if you got something to say about that, please comment. I'll be more than happy to answer you. But so you know, now another thing, I hear a lot of women getting these dude faces and just trying to make a man look like a fool. Nah, I'm gonna be real. If somebody was dating me, just getting all up in my face, I'm not the violent type. I don't hit women. I don't really fight. The only time I really fight is my life is on the line. Since my life hasn't really been on the line yet, I ain't really had to fight nobody. But let me say this. One day, and it already happened really. I'm telling you right now, for some of y'all women who like to get in your man's face, one or two things gonna happen. He is just gonna either leave you, or he gonna knock the mess out of you. One or two. You pick. You pick. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it like that. I basically done kind of covered what I really wanted to cover. Just to recap, like I said, yes, there are good men out there. They're everywhere, but you just got lost in the shuffle because a lot of women have lost sight of what a real man is. And I think it's a number of different variables to that. And I think what us as the people have to do is kind of, you know, I'm not going to say go back to the old way, but what I think is we have to really, you know, look at ourselves in the mirror and say, you know, am I displaying what I want to display for the right man to come to me? Am I displaying what I need to display for the right woman to come to me? And if the answer is no, then maybe there's something that you need to change. Whether it's your attitude, your looks, how you treat people, something has to change. Don't get caught up in the money, don't get caught up in the bling bling, because at the end of the day, anybody can have that. So I mean, just think about that. A bad dude can have that. So don't get caught up in that. That's on that. Other than that, man, like I said, please comment. Please let me know how y'all feel. I just want to say that I appreciate y'all listening to me. And just real quick, shout out to my mom and dad. They've been married for like 25 years now. It's basically been all my life. And I learned a lot from seeing them married together. And but I'm gonna talk about what they do in a whole different video. I ain't gonna talk about that right now. So thank you for listening. Have a good night. Have a good day. Whenever you're listening to it. And like I said, please comment. Peace. Dish Network claims to be a better value than DirecTV.